not all superheroes wear capes, guys. Not all superheroes wear capes. Now, let me know, would you do something like that? I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, right? They always say don't be doing vigilante justice, but I don't know. I'm the type of person who doesn't think twice. If I see something going wrong, I kind of have to make it right, especially if it's some lunatic putting other people in danger. I just have this almost to a fault, this like innate feeling of just having to bring justice, right? And just setting things right. That's kind of my thing. So yeah, I probably would do something similar to that. But just be careful out there. Don't be putting yourself at risk, especially approaching cars like that nowadays. I mean, if you're in a state like Florida, people be driving around with weapons. So you gotta be careful. That's all. But yeah, round of applause for that hero. Alright. That's enough of that. This is my thing, right? You're seeing all these protests with the ICE and all these kids attacking ICE agents. And my thing is, where are the local police at with this? We're going to show a couple more clips later on with this type of stuff. And it's just like, it seems like the federal ICE agents are kind of just on their own. They just let these people do whatever they want. Wait till we show the one later. And my question is just like, where's the local police? I feel like the local police should be here to assist, and they can be the ones stopping these Antifa-tards, these firebugs, and they can hold them back while ICE does their job and gets the illegals out, which is what like 90% of the country wants. So yeah, we need to get it done. Next. Yeah, it's rough out there, right? I mean, I don't know if you've been in this position, but this is what I'll say, okay? Us dudes, we don't need to stop to pee, okay? We'll just take a water bottle, a can of soda, and we'll just let it loose as we're driving. If you're a dude, I'm sure you've been there. So that's all I gotta say about this. I mean, all these girls talking about they're just like the guys and they're just as good as the guys. Yeah, take a leak inside of a soda can while you're driving down the road, and then talk to me about your equality.
Damn!
This is quite a treasure trove of information. The challenge now is to make some sense of it.
I love that, and I think that's hilarious. What I'll say is this: don't spend too much time texting in even the comment sections. But, you know, I'd like you to comment on my videos. It really helps boost your channel. But the live stream chats are definitely pointless. I don't know if you've sat in a live stream, but if you're in a big one with a lot of people, like, I get it. You feel like you're not alone. You might be sitting in your room by yourself. You're like, oh, I'm hanging out with 40,000 people. But if you look at those chat threads, it's just flying by the screen. Absolutely nobody's reading what you write. I'm actually a fan of typing only the FBI reads the chat. Right? The only person reading your comment is the FBI, something like that, because that's really the truth. It's just, I imagine the FBI, CIA probably has some computer with an algorithm that's just feeding off of all this information, logging it, figuring out the way you think, what your views are, so they can use it against you when we have our social credit score. So yeah, just be careful what you write in the live chat, especially because nobody's reading the live chat. Nobody, especially not the guy who's running the YouTube channel, because he's too busy doing his job and he's not able to read those chats. So I find it really funny when people are in there like talking to they think they're talking to the person that's doing the YouTube channel. That guy's not reading your comment. So just be careful what you write in there. Anyway.
Our country's going to shit. And I'm making tuna fucking salad right now.
Okay, first of all, let me just say, sorry for the language, all right? Sometimes we're going to get the foul language, especially with these types. You know, I curse a lot in my real life, but obviously I can turn it off when I'm talking in public, as you should, especially as a young lady, and it's not bad to say that. Another thing is the septum ring. We're seeing a lot of that lately. you know, kind of like the Satan piercing it's being called these days. And it kind of rings true because it's always on these types. There's another thing too with her that you need to look out for with females. I'll show you at the end. But I do want to say, just to show that I'm fair, she's got a great stomach. Okay. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I want to start this new campaign called hashtag where are your abs at type of thing. I haven't keyed in the exact phraseology, but it's about the abs, because I was talking to my friend about this the other day, and I have a real problem with what's going on all over Instagram, and all these girls, you know, they're making the clothes now to just take all the fat and shove it into the butt and the boob area, and then they go online, they post her, they're walking around, and all the guys are drooling. Oh, she's got such a fat butt. Oh, look at those big boobs. And trust me, guys, it's no different than a girl having a pound of makeup on her face, and then you wake up next to her the next morning and you're like, who are you? Where's the girl I went to bed with last night? She's not here. It's the same thing. They're literally making the clothes now with like fupa holsters. There's like bathing suits with fupa straps to hold the fupa back. You know what the fupa is, or the gunt, right? I won't exactly spell out the acronym, but you get what I'm saying, right? These girls are fat, and they're pretending that they're great looking, and they got the chubby arms and the fat stomach and the fat legs. And you know, if you're overweight, whatever. I'm super skinny. I've been super skinny my whole life. But this is the thing. People have no shame in telling me how skinny I am and calling me out for it. Till this day, I get approached, you're too skinny, you need to eat more. But if I come on here and say, girls shouldn't be fat and you gotta stop eating so much, then I'm the bad guy. No. I'm not tolerating that. If I can be told I'm too skinny, whatever that means, then I can call out when people are too fat. And especially girls, because in my day, girls had abs and all the pants were lowriders. What are these pants that come up to the chest now? They're literally making pants that come all the way up past the belly button. Girls, if any girls watch this, that's not the style, okay? You might get the simp guys drooling over you because all the fat is pushed into your butt area, but I'm not falling for it, and I'm making people aware. Hashtag, where are your abs though? Or help me out. Let me know in the comments, how should we get that hashtag going? But guys, you know what I'm talking about, especially guys that grew up in the 90s. Anyway, I'm sorry. Rant over. Let's continue with this crazy person.
A fucking salad. Our country's going to shit. I live miles from a concentration camp. And I'm making tuna salad.
And there it is. Now, I don't know if you can see it as well on your end, but that underarm looks exactly like this, right? Just as much hair under her arm as mine. And so you might have the nice stomach, girl, but you have the hairy armpits. So that's a no-go. No-go zone. Next video. Okay. Now, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Check it out. Look. Where do her pants stop? All the way up here. Okay? And guess what? Hashtag, where are your abs though, girl? This is what I'm talking about. See? She doesn't have any abs. She spends her whole day in the gym working on her butt. And then she goes, oh, all these guys are staring at me. How dare they? Guys are so sick. Ugh. This is what you want. She wants this. She has that stupid face on. Whatever. I don't even care about finding it. She's making this stupid face like she thinks it's cute or something. Of course, we all look at your butt. It looks perfect. It does. I'm not saying this girl's ugly or anything. I'm just saying. Hashtag, where are your abs though? She doesn't have any. Even her arms. She's got flabby arms, guys. She's not doing arm day. She's skipping arm day. She's skipping stomach day. And she's just doing leg and butt day. And that's it. And then she's on here, you know, trying to make guys look like they're doing something wrong. This is exactly what you wanted. Girls, this is toxic behavior. Talk to Joey Swoles about it. He'll teach you something. Next.
A lot of my bills around fentanyl. I've done that with a number of, Republicans that have been like, oh no, like the border crisis, it's all the fentanyl and da da da. And I'm like, okay, whatever. A lot of
Okay, so Wonka here. She wants to help with the fentanyl crisis, but then she doesn't want to deal with the fentanyl crisis at the border because I guess that doesn't exist. It's probably racist to even suggest that. But we know from studies that show us, I think like 80% of the fentanyl is coming through the southern border. So if you're not addressing the southern border in terms of the fentanyl crisis, then are you really going after the fentanyl crisis? So this is all just a bunch of talk from Jasmine Crazyyy, and yeah, she's a mess. I think she might be our next president though, so you guys better be vigilant out there. Don't think we won this thing yet. Alright, so this one's really blurry, but it's quick and you'll be able to see what's going on. Check it out. Alright, the reason why I showed that is because we used to do this. We used to go out in the woods and tackle trees, and I just wanted to say that's good old Americana. Better your kids are out tackling the trees than having their phone in their face or their face in a screen. So yeah, good old Americana. Let your boys go hang out in the woods. What's the worst that can happen? They get beat up by a tree, you know? Lose a fight to a tree? Not too bad.
Bill Clinton.
Nice guy. Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. That island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew. I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration.
Alright guys, so now we have to get serious, okay? And please stay tuned because you're going to hear a different take on this whole Epstein thing. Listen, I know every single person that talks politics did a video on this the day he said it. But if you watch my videos, you'll start to realize I'm not in it for the clout and the views. Although I liked some views and I want my channel to get big, I'm more in it for just telling the truth. So I like to wait a couple days, let the story flesh out and really see all the facts and how people are reacting and how it's going to affect all of us. So I have a totally different view of this story and the ramifications of it. So I really hope you stay tuned. It's very important and I haven't heard one person talk about it yet. So this obviously isn't going to turn away any of the diehard Trump people, right? People are going to shill for him no matter what. There's people who built their entire YouTube channels on supporting Trump, and in their pursuit of clout, they now cannot turn against him, right? You can't turn against the guy who your entire merch shop has him on all your t-shirts and all your mugs, because then, you know, you'd have to take away half your merch shop, and it also kind of destroys your credibility, right? If you're talking, oh, this guy's gonna save us, he's the savior and all this stuff, and then he ends up protecting PDF files, you can't really call him out for that. So I'm gonna do something a little different here. I'm gonna let a slideshow play in the background so you don't question my loyalty, okay? I was a die-hard Trump person, but people like me, people like Tucker, people like Candace Owens, we're not scared to just call out the facts and tell people the truth. No matter who's doing wrong, we're gonna call it out. So I'm gonna play this slideshow and check it out. It's some good memories, and now here comes the really good information. All right, so what you're gonna see here in the background is me on Fox News crashing a Biden rally, me with Fox News hosts, with huge YouTubers who pretty much got Trump elected, me at Trump rallies, front row with my dad, and it's really hard to get front row at a Trump rally. I've done it multiple times. I moved to Florida within 2 months. I was one of the main guys of this Trump group, setting up flag waves multiple times a week. I set up a huge caravan with 200 cars, a fire truck, a billboard truck, 20 Harley Davidsons. I was all over doing the Trump thing. I had the Trump flag in my truck. I had the Trump cardboard cutout in my house window during election season, okay? But I knew something was gonna go wrong. In 2020, I already knew the Republicans were not one of us, and I changed my voter registration to non-affiliated because I don't affiliate with stupid BS is what I tell people. And then in 2024, I refrained from doing something that I haven't even told anybody this yet, but I'm just telling you guys, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Anyway, I just wanted to prove my loyalty to Trump, that I was a huge Trump supporter. Do not question that I supported Trump. But my real loyalty, I shouldn't have said loyalty. My loyalty is to Jesus Christ, the one and only true God, our Lord and Savior. Trump is not our Savior. Jesus is. Okay? Trump's going to let us down. I knew he would. And this whole Epstein thing is proof of that. And like I said, there's going to be people who are going to shill for him no matter what. So you better watch who you're getting your information from. But anyway, I know I keep saying I'm going to do it. Here we go. This is what's really important here, okay? You don't win elections with your diehard supporters. You don't win elections with your shills, okay? Trump did not win the 2024 election because of us. I mean, he won it because we brought the middle to him. So in a way it was us, but not because of our votes or your votes, right? It was because we finally got people in the middle to understand the truth of everything going on, and that the left is a bunch of crazy people who've been lying to them and making them look stupid and using them as useful idiots. So we got them to all come over here, but now I imagine they're going, what's so different over here? And I have a great example. I know that's the case. So let me bring you to the final piece of this, and I'm going to show you why I'm right. I'm sorry, I know I rant, but this is very important. Check this out. This is where we're probably going to lose the next election because of this. And, you know, Trump, he's going to sail away into the sunset. He's going to have his legacy. He did all these great things. I know he's going to do good things for America. That's fine. But it doesn't matter if we have a Kamala president in 2028 or a President Gavin Newsom. Okay, because if you're older than 20, you know how this political football thing works. And it's like, yeah, we get a little bit done, and then the left takes over and they just erase all of it. They will replace every illegal ×2 if we just let one of these leftist Democrats back in office in 2028. So Trump can have his legacy and he'll be living his best life, but we'll still have to be here fighting this fight. And we're gonna need to win every election after this one to do that, and to make sure America isn't ruined, okay? The left isn't done. I know they seem like they are, but they're not. And they're going to be going for the middle, and that's what we need to do. And let me show you right now why I think we're losing the middle already. Okay, so this guy here is Asmongold on YouTube. If you're older, you probably never heard of him. If you're younger, you definitely heard of him. All right, he's one of the biggest, most influential YouTubers there is. He started on Twitch, I believe. I don't even really know him because he was a video game guy. He just talked about like RPG games, World of Warcraft, Diablo, stuff like that. Big video game guy. He basically did my strategy. I was telling my dad years back when I was talking about a YouTube channel 5-6 years ago, I said, I'm going to talk about totally different stuff, not politics at all. And when I have millions of followers, then I'll just flip the script and start truth dumping on everybody. And then I'll be too big to fail. Because the thing is, you start telling truth bombs like this and you get your platform gets shadow banned, you'll get deleted, and they'll never let you get traction. But I knew if I could amass an audience, then I become too big to fail, then they can't cancel me, even though I'm telling all the truth about all the politics stuff. I don't think Asmon planned it to be that way, but that's what he did. He has millions of followers, he never talked politics, and now all of a sudden, he's one of us now. I mean, basically, I've been watching his channel, I found him because of this, and he's been talking all politics now. I mean, he still does his video game stuff, but a lot of politics talk. Okay, his channel is now become political, and the left is pissed. They're writing articles about this guy, they're trying to trash him, but they cannot just nuke his channel now, because this dude, I mean, I spent hours making one video so 20 people can watch it. This dude turns his camera on and gets 1 million views, okay, in a few hours. And don't let the little woodland critter look and the Tolkien character vibe fool you. This guy's worth like 20 to 50 million. Nobody even knows. He makes thousands of dollars a day just because he gets so many views, and he's very influential. Now, why am I saying this? Well, look, Asmon was cheering on Trump ever since Trump got elected, loving everything he's doing because Asmon's very intelligent. He's got a lot of common sense, and he calls the shots how he sees them. He doesn't BS at all. This guy's the real deal. I really have a lot of respect for him, and he's a good dude. So, like me, he's not going to lie about what he's seeing and how he feels about it. So look at his last few videos, right? Very suspicious, Trump. And that's the quote where Trump said, oh, you guys are talking about Epstein? Who talks about Epstein? I mean, my administration's been telling you we're going to take down the whole Epstein client list, but like Epstein, who's that? Yeah, not only did he do that video, he's been doing videos about it ever since, okay? Trump is not involved. This Epstein cover-up is unreal. Never stop complaining about the Epstein files. This has been really bad. If they can cover this up, okay? I'm telling you guys, this kid had millions of people coming over to our side. They were finally seeing the light because they trust him and they follow him and they believe what he says. And now he's going, maybe this isn't what I thought it was. Maybe I shouldn't have been supporting all the things this guy's doing. Now, I believe Asman's probably just a reasonable, fair-minded guy like I am, and he's just gonna still cheer on the good things, but he'll call out the bad things. And I'm just telling you, a lot of people have cognitive dissonance. A lot of people have a one-track mind, and we had opened our tent. They always say the big tent. You want the big tent. We opened our tent. We had people like this on our side. But they weren't even around long enough to get comfortable. It's been like 6 months. And now this is already happening. And it's making people really question who can they trust, if anyone at all. And I just fear it's going to make us lose all the people that had us win the 2024 election, and that's doomsday for us for 2026. If we lose the majority of the power in 2026, Trump won't even be able to get everything we want him to do done. And then 2028, we get another Democrat AOC president, and we're screwed. So, you know, if the Trump administration was a little better with this type of stuff, they would be seizing on guys like Asman. It's not just Asman, but this video is way longer than I wanted it to be. And he's the best example. He gets millions of views. These videos talking about Trump are getting millions and millions of views, okay? So he's got a lot of sway, and not just him. There's a bunch of people, and now we're having to go on Piers Morgan's show and debate people like Destiny. It's like, you know, the Trump administration really gave our enemies the ammo to use against us with this. And it's just not good. But I'm hearing things are going to change. You know, Trump has a lot going on right now. So I don't think, I will say this, I don't think he knows everything, obviously, because he's not God, he's not Jesus. So we'll give him some time. It looks like they're going to start trying to fix this problem, and maybe we will get some things that we need, but it raises a lot of questions, and it really makes me worry about 2028 and 2026. And all right, that's all, guys. Rant over. Go check out Asman Gold. He's awesome. And yeah, tune in tomorrow for another video on America's Reality 360. I hope you like the new format. I'm going to be trying to do it this way from now on, and I'm definitely going to get them shorter. But this was a very important topic, and I had to say it. I just can't help myself. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. All right, guys. Later. Woo!